Let me go from these matters of our own culture to what's playing out on the ground in the Middle East and just get your thoughts on that, Bret. Benjamin Netanyahu, obviously, as Prime Minister, failed his country in the way October the 7th happened. It was obviously an intelligence failure and a border defence failure. Is he the man to finish the war, to eliminate Hamas and finish this war? Or could we see a change in leadership in Israel before that is done?
Well, I have argued publicly in my column in the New York Times that he's not. And, you know, the argument that Netanyahu has put forward is that, you know, you don't want to change your horse midstream, so to speak, and he started the war and he should finish it. If you think of what the British did in the First World War, they cashiered a failing Prime Minister Asquith and asked Lloyd George to step up. And in fact, that's how they were able to win the war. So my view is Israel would benefit from new leadership, someone who has fewer political interests for wanting to extend the war for longer than it has to go. But Israeli politics, precisely because in some ways it's a small country, are very complicated, and it's unlikely to me that it seems unlikely to me that his coalition is going to fall anytime soon. If it does fall, the likeliest successor to him will not be the opposition leader Benny Gantz or Yair Lapid. It will be his own Likud colleague, the defense minister, Mr. Gallant, who probably has more credibility than he does to hopefully successfully conclude the war with Hamas and perhaps gird for a coming war with Hezbollah in the north. Because I think, sadly and tragically, this conflict is not close to its end. It might not even be close to the beginning of the end or even the end of the beginning.
Right. Defence Minister Gallant, the other man, of course, targeted by the International Criminal Court, but that's a whole nother wormhole we don't have time to go down now. Thanks so much for joining us, Bret. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your stay in Australia. Bret Stephens.
It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Great stuff. Bret Stephens, the New York Times columnist. He's speaking in Sydney tomorrow night and in Melbourne later in the week. If you want to go to the CIS website, that's cis.org.au, you can have a look at details for that and get yourself along. One of the brightest, most informed and more contrarian, free-minded columnists in the Western-speaking world.